The third of these projects, the third graph creator project, is called the traveling salesman. This is actually a pretty classic problem. If you look it up, you'll see lots of things about it. For example, you realize that traveling is misspelled in the assignment. All right. So the idea with this is that we're trying to find the cheapest path through a particular graph. You might think of these as costs to travel on these different routes. You might think of it as path distance, so maybe you want to find the shortest path. Whatever it is, you're trying to find the minimum path. You're given a particular starting point in our particular problem, so maybe we start at A, and you have to find a path that goes through every single other node exactly once. You can't go backwards. You have to go through it visiting every single node. And you want to find the cheapest path through the whole graph. So here we might try a complete path, which is ACDB. We might try ABDC, and there's a few other variations of that. What we're going to do is we're actually going to find all of the complete paths that are allowed, and then we'll just total up each one and find out which one is cheapest when we're all done. So that is the goal. Right now, we're going to have to add a couple more things to our interface. A text field where we have our starting position, and a button where we actually have it check for the traveling salesman. We want to find the cheapest path, least cost, and then we want to actually print out, when we're all done, what exactly that path is that goes from the beginning to the end. For our particular assignment, Graph Creator 3 is going to be the only thing turned in. All the rest will be Graph Creator 2 and 1 will have to be part of this, so they'll be incorporated into the points. All right. So I should add things into the interface. So I need to add in another panel, probably. I think I'm going to add a south panel. So, or a south container, I mean. Container south. It's a new container. I need to spell container right. And I also need to add a JText field. So this will be where the salesman starts. So salesman start. It's a new JText field. Maybe I'll put an A in since that's my default starting label. And I need a new J button, which actually does the salesman. So shortest path. All right, now that we have those two things, we should put them into our frame. So south, I should probably make a grid layout. And it's going to be 1 by 2. Going to add the salesman start text field. Going to add the salesman button. And then I need to actually add that to the frame. South to the south. It's a pattern. The other thing I should probably do before I forget is I should probably make sure that I actually put the action listener in for my salesman button, because that's an easy thing to forget, and then you start clicking the button going, why doesn't this work? And it's because you forgot that. Very common error that I see. All right, so let's see if that actually got added to the interface. Indeed, here's our text field, here's our shortest path. Okay, that's much better. Okay, so now I need to actually do something with the edges. So right now, when I put in edges, I can put in letters and whatnot, and that's not so good. What I should probably be doing is making sure that everything in the edge is a digit. Because when I put in the paths, so I put in A, put in B, I need to make sure this edge between the two is a number. If it's not a number, it's not a valid label. And that's exactly what I'd like to say. So here, I'm going to want to take a look at the labels text and make sure that each of the things in there is a digit. I think I actually need to do a for loop for that, unfortunately, but oh well. salesman start tf dot get text. So a Boolean which is valid. I'll set it to true at first, and then walk through the string. A, going through S's length. Notice that it has open and closed parentheses on the end of a string for length. And if that particular character, char at A, and I don't know if you remember this from way back when, but when we were checking to see if things were digits or alpha characters, you can ask that. So it's not a digit, that's a problem. If we get all the way through it, and it's still true, then away we go. We proceed with adding our edge in. If not, then we should probably let them know, you are only allowed to use digits. So pop-ups are a J option, pane, show message, dialog. The component we're calling this from is the frame. So that's the overall program. And then we need to actually have the message. So I only have digits in edge labels. I suppose you could have a decimal point if you really wanted to. You could be checking for that up here as well, but I'm not going to bother with that. I'm going to have integer values only. So let's see if I can actually do that. A, B, I'm like, hey, let's put an edge B between there. Oh, okay, I can't do that. What about there? Well, that's intriguing. Let's see what happened there. Oh, this shouldn't be the salesman thing. It should be the labels text field. So what is that called? Labels text field. It's important to make sure you're actually calling the right text field for this. Yeah. There we go. All right, validating things, that's good. So once we actually have valid labels, we should probably actually make something that happens when we click the button. So going down to here in our action performed. So if the source of our click is not the connected button, but the salesman button, then we're actually going to do the traveling salesman. Paranoid person that I am, I'm going to make sure the button works. Indeed it does. That's good.